First game, I call this the story, 1 minute story version. And in this, we're going to do 3 sections to it. And the first section, you're going to get a partner. So partner up with someone that maybe you don't know as well, but everyone find a partner. And once everyone's partnered up, I give the directions. So with your partner, you both have a task. You both, at the same time, for a full minute, are going to share a story about yourself. For instance, what you ate for breakfast today, or how you arrived here, how did you travel to this location. A simple story, but something about you that you're going to talk for a full minute. If you can't think of words to say, you could just say something like, oh, I'm trying to think of what to say next. Oh, and then this happened. So try to speak for that full minute. The second part of your objective is to tell that full story. And secondly, think of 3 things, see if you can remember 3 things that your partner said in their story. So you both are talking at the same time. You both are going to come and share the story of yourself, and you both are going to try to recall 3 things that your partner said in their story. So once I've given those directions, everybody understands, make sure everyone has something in mind. Then I set a timer and we go for a full minute. Once the timer is done, I stop and I like to ask or offer so that we start to think about things like, how did that go? What did you notice? What was challenging about that? What did you find easy? And if possible, check in with your partner and see if the 3 things you remembered are actually accurate to their story. So as we discuss things and maybe things come up in conversation as we're reflecting on it, I'll talk about what people have offered, and I may offer some thoughts about why we do this game. So I talk about, why is listening important to our work as simulated participants. We have a new partner, some adjustments to the second part. So for the second part, you have 30 seconds now. And either prior to this day or the start of the day, I will give people a sheet that has just a basic, overview of maybe a case. So if you work in medical schools, it could be a simple case such as this person is coming into the doctor because their ears are bothering them. They're worried because they're going to be on a flight next week, and the flight is for an important concert that they're singing at, and so they really want to get this figured out beforehand. So a couple of details and maybe symptoms or things, but just brief case. And so I'll say, now's the time we're going to pull in that case that you had, and I want you to both have the opportunity. You will have 30 seconds to introduce yourself as this patient in this case and to share a little bit of your story. Each person will get 30 seconds to do this, the same case, and my ask is that you do it neutrally, without any expression, or try to take the expression out of your voice if possible. So once people have given their 30-second story of the introduction of that case and the person that they're portraying, then I bring up those questions again. What did you notice? What was challenging about this? What things did you observe about what you did, or maybe what your partner did? Ways to get people talking. Something that can also be helpful is I say, everybody put their thumbs up if that went well, in the middle if it was like, yeah, and down low if that was difficult. And then I take a poll and see, well, I saw 3 people over there, you had their thumbs down. What was bad about that? Can you elaborate? That way you can pull on different folks in the space. And I'll say, okay, switch once again, grab a new partner. You're going to face your partner, and this time I'll have the pillows in the middle, and I'm going to ask folks to go to the middle. You're going to see the pillows, and on the top of the pillows, there's emotion words. Look at and decide which emotion you want to use. We're going to retell the case, your introduction of that case, but this time through that emotion that you choose. Don't tell anyone what emotion you chose. You get to decide. So everyone can walk around, look at the pillows, decide, and then go back to their partner. Then I'll have the timer set. Each person gets to try that 30 seconds of sharing this patient's story with that emotion layered on. And then we'll stop and I'll say, share with your partner what you thought their emotion was and why you thought that. So what specific things did they do with their voice that made you choose that emotion? And I would also ask, like, one of the stipulations be, don't use your body too much. Really focus in on your voice and how you're utilizing your voice to present an emotion. Once they've checked in, then again, opening up, what things did you notice? What things did you observe about emotions being layered on? And how does that affect our listening and how we're hearing things? So that's a 1 minute story. It's kind of a nice way to kind of break it into emotions and start to think about them and think about this journey that we're going on.